Hey guys, MoviePass here, MoviePass Monday, and it's starting to seem like the end of days for MoviePass. And I'm not talking about that terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I'm talking about MoviePass itself. Now, as we know, my last video was 2 Mondays ago. The Monday before that, I was off in Texas chasing roller coasters. No judgment. But we get to this Monday, and just in the past 2 weeks alone, the actual service, the MoviePass platform, has obviously gotten even worse. We're now at this point where it is now after the mid-August shift to the new format. And you would think, okay, well, now they're limiting people to 3 movies over the course of a month, and it should be okay. MoviePass won't lose that much money. But sure enough, they're limiting people to just 2 movies, roughly 2 movies a day, and a few other stuff along the way. And the show times too. So people are still having a difficult time even getting to see the movies they want to see. So obviously a few things are happening here, and it's easy to see. You don't need to be a game theory master to know where all this goes. Obviously, there's a lot of people canceling right now as their subscriptions come up, and you're thinking, well, gee, it's $10 a month. Why don't I ride this? Especially when MoviePass says that if you cancel your service, you will have to wait 9 months before joining again. And whether they don't want to be stuck in a billing cycle when the company's in bankruptcy, which can just get thorny, or people just say, all right, I've had enough, even if it's just a $10 foot in the door a month, I don't want to do that much. It's clear that we peaked at 3.2 million subscribers back in August 10th, according to Mitch and Ted, but clearly the momentum now is going to shift the other way. And it's not just about AMC Stubs A-List or any other new plans that may come out. It is basically the fact that MoviePass itself has become a bad product, and it's not even sustainable even in its present form. That's the worst thing. One of the reasons that I think MoviePass is making people jump through all these hoops and saying, okay, 3 movies a month, go at it, knowing that the hardcore users would go for 3 months and some people would just go for 1 or 2, is that even at that, even if people were taking 2 or 3 movies a month, MoviePass would be still losing a lot of money. And you're going to see a lot of stuff between now. Thankfully for MoviePass, they just reported they filed their last quarterly report earlier this month, so they don't have to speak up again for another 3 months. But between now and then, this is what I predict is going to happen. First of all, you're going to see Mitch and Ted put out these glowing press releases saying that, hey, guess what, guys? We've now actually we've actually trimmed our losses by percentage amount. And they'll say some great number, and maybe the market gets excited, or maybe it doesn't because the stock is down to 3 cents, and this is 3 cents after the 250 for 1 reverse split. 1 for 250, actually, reverse split. So it's a disaster in just about every capacity. But they're going to say, oh, instead, you won't be hearing them say, well, we have more than 3 million. You're going to have to hear them say, we have millions of subscribers. And then at some point in the next few months, if they dip below 2 million, then they'll have to say, well, they'll come clean and say that they have, hundreds of thousands, or at least less than 2 million. But I don't think they want to say that they're under 3 million. So I think the language will become from 3.2 million or more than 3 million. It'll become to just millions of subscribers. Look for that. That's another sign that subscribers are leaving. Another issue is clearly that they're running out of money. And normally, if a company runs out of money, if they file for bankruptcy, it's not the end of the world. There are a lot of major companies, banks, automakers that have filed for bankruptcy, and they've lived to tell the tale. But a couple things in those cases is that, one, they were able to come back and get in-debtor financing. So basically, while they're in bankruptcy, someone has to be able to say, all right, well, I'll take the hit for them. I'll come in and provide the financing for them to get through this period until they emerge and clear out their debts. The problem is that MoviePass itself doesn't have a lot of assets. So it's not like a car maker or a bank or anything else or a retailer where they have these assets, these real estate assets or anything like that. You're basically down to, what are they going to sell? Well, we can sell MoviePhone. We can see what's worth. There's obviously some patents involved with MoviePass, so that's cool. But not enough to justify creditors saying, I'm going to go in there and just take a chance because I think something good is going to happen. It's not like they're saying, oh, we're just going to milk those gaudy American animal rights that we have. No, those ships have sailed. So if and when, it's almost inevitable at this point that the bankruptcy does happen, it'll go through court, but it may not be Chapter 7 or Chapter 11. There's two chapters. One is a liquidation, where the company's gone, like Toys R Us was recently this summer, and the other is just the other reorganization, where they can actually just restructure, get their creditors lined up, and come in leaner, with basically clear out the shareholders for the most part. It's a will be brand new stock. Everyone else gets zeroed out, and go forward that way. I don't think they're going to get that kind of reprieve, because right now it's the worst of both worlds, is that the model has never worked, but at least they were growing their subscriber base. Now they're not even growing their subscriber base, and clearly the dissent for the product is building. And right now, whether they're doing this just because they have these people on these annual plans that they're trying to, churn out, or just the regular people that they want to just basically to scale back their usage, the model itself is not working. The financially speaking MoviePass is not working. And there are not a lot of investors out there that are going to put money into this project, as they could have many months and you go. Ted and Mitch have said, we had so many offers, people wanted to buy us. I'm pretty sure if that was true, they would probably about now they'd be calling them all back up saying, hey, about that buyout you were offering back when we were at 2-3 million people and we were all the rave. I don't think any of that's going to happen. I think there's always a chance that someone will come in and say, all right, I want to come in and do this. But it's because the model doesn't work. Only a movie theater chain can run this the right way. And that's the issue, because you can't sell a product for less than it's worth when there's no way for you to make that back. And MoviePass, the grand plan to just make a little bit on the tickets from the movie theaters, make a little bit of the concessions. Movie theaters were going to say, what? For the most part, they did. And they had some neat, like Landmark and some other e-ticketing deals, like Movie Studio Grill, that they're able to do some deals with them. But for the most part, the real actual AMCs and Regals of the world and the Cinemarks, they weren't going to go for this. And they're still not, especially now when AMC is showing, hey, we could do it on our own. You taught us everything we know, MoviePass. So a bankruptcy is inevitable, unless there's like somebody bailing it out, willing to spend a lot of money before the subscriber base gets smaller, which I think is the issue. If anybody who's following this, and any major company, whether a tech company, and I'm not saying the Amazons or the Netflixes, they're not going to, definitely not Netflix and Amazon, they're crazy, who knows. But for the most part, I think what's going to happen here is that you're going to have no one come in to save the day. And because of that, the company will obviously have to file for bankruptcy, because they have really run out of places they could go. You just can't be using 3-cent share of stock as legal tender anymore. That ship has sailed. So absent money, absent these theaters that are going to want money, which is why they're slowing the number of tickets available to see if they can stretch that somehow, they will probably have to do some kind of reorganization, if not an outright liquidation of the company. And that will obviously be up to the bankruptcy judges and all those things. So it's not going to be pretty, but there's always this chance that someone comes in and bails things out. But just basically getting back to what I was saying, look out for the company's language changing from, hey, we're saving a lot of money. We have a lot of satisfied people. Again, there was this interview that was actually misquoted. I think it was a Fox Business interview where Mitch and Ted were talking, and Ted starts saying that we've had 1 million people sign up, and he started saying sign up for the opt-in, that, now that they have the option of the 3.2 million, 1 million of them signed in. But the original headline that Fox Business ran was basically 1 million new subscribers, and it initially got people excited, and then they had to issue a correction. But if you actually look up that article, if you find it online, it's there. You see that the URL of the thing is actually the original headline, which was the fact that they were asking for that they thought they had 1 million new subscribers was the initial read on that, when it clearly wasn't. So it's basically less than a third of the people, at least in the first week, had signed on to the new plan. We don't know how many of them are going to stick around now that the plan keeps getting worse. But clearly, there's a lot of you that were MoviePass members and MoviePass subscribers that are not doing it. And if you were just pondering to be a MoviePass member, there's no reason for you to sign up at this point. So as far as this series goes, I'm obviously going to see this to the end. And I think maybe there'll be some daylight, some other opportunities. And I will branch from that. I guarantee you I'm not just going to be Mr. Gloom and Doom and bang the drum and say count the days until we go into bankruptcy receivership. But I think that this has been a moment where MoviePass sort of had to be that sacrificial lamb for the future of movie subscriptions. And looking back, they'll say, oh, MoviePass is crazy, but it gave us Netflix Stubs A-List, and then it gave us some other plans that are going to come later on down the line. It reinvented, reshook the whole thing. So even though obviously, as MoviePass members, you obviously, hopefully, got a lot of your membership out of it. Hopefully, you didn't join too late, and you were able to join it through the go-go years of 2017, second half of 2017, and through the first 3 months of 2018. But beyond that, MoviePass will be known for what they set up in the future. They will have a more important historical footnote in the annals of what movie subscription plans and theaters will run their businesses than their stock and their investors and their pissed off members right now. We'll see. So the legacy of MoviePass may be a financial failure, but it's already shaping things up. I guarantee you AMC Stubs A-List would never happen if we hadn't gotten to that point where MoviePass became so successful. It got 3 million people, more than 3 million people at its peak, excited about the subscription plan, and it had to be aggressively priced, which is what AMC is doing. And it would not surprise me if Regal and Cinemark come up with something better, or at least similar to what AMC is doing, especially with AMC's bragging about it. So I don't think anything will change. If and when MoviePass goes out, I don't think everyone's going to say, AMC is going to say, oh, okay, well, forget that. We're just dust out on the road. Let's go back to these $12, $13 movie tickets we were selling. I think they know that the writing's on the wall, and I think it's going to be the new way, the new normal. So as a MoviePass member, subscriber, know that that model that you enjoyed lives in some form. It will probably never be this unlimited all theaters you can eat unless all theaters would merge and become one thing or one big partnership. But at least for now, the model will live even if MoviePass does not. So enjoy MoviePass while you can, and if you if you cancel your subscription, please do not cancel your subscription to my channel, because I guarantee you I will be having relevant news of relevant programs, relevant things, and some interesting entertainment news perhaps. Who knows what this will morph to if the MoviePass story saga ends. In the meantime, this is MoviePass, and it's been a MoviePass Monday, a morbid MoviePass Monday, but we will keep you posted on anything that happens between now and then, and I will see you at the movies, even if it's on your dime.